And now we're going to proceed for political characteristic and analysis. For the attitude of consumers, UAE consumer spending attitude in the pandemic during the coronavirus impact. The study shows more than 70% of consumers prefers cashless payment option for a major part of their monthly spending. More than half, or 55%, have used mobile wallets several times. Consumers cited the ease of access, convenience, and quick transfer as key reason for the using of mobile wallets. For the currency and convertibility, the Emirati dirhams, or they are called sometimes AED in the abbreviation, also is DHS dirhams, has been pegged to the US dollar since 1980. The midpoint between the official buying and selling rate for the dirhams has been fixed at 3.67 AAD per $1 since 1997. So there is a stability for this currency status regarding for the US dollar and AAD market. So the authorities believe this promotes stability, the confidence in the currency. So interest rate in the United Arab Emirates tend to parallel those the United States. There are no currency restriction in the United Arab Emirates as residents and non-residents are entitled to hold a fully convertible offshore of non or sure bank accounts in the United Arab Emirates or overseas in dirhams or in a foreign currency. So they don't have any restriction about the currency. The Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates is to support the currency, maintains its stability, and ensure its free convertibility into foreign currencies. In practice, has translated into adoption of a fixed dollar dirham exchange rate, which essentially implies a passive approach to foreign exchange intervention. Liquidity is balanced through the use of tools such as certificate of deposits, port conversional in Islamic, as well as a dollar dirham swaps. About the war, the United Arab Emirates issues to U.S. policy, and the United Arab Emirates is a federation of seven principalities of Emirates. Its population is assessed at nearly 10 million, but about 90% of the population are expatriates from within and outside the region who work in open economy. So the UAE is a significant US security partner that hosts about 3,500 US military personnel at the United Arab Emirates military facilities. And also US military equipment including missiles, defense and combat aircraft, and support a US policy towards Iran. The UAE's August 2020 agreement to normalize relationship with Israel might further consolidate the US-UAE relationship and help both the United States and Israel counter in Iran. So UAE policy will be likely not changed after the UAE President Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who has been largely incapacitated since January 2014 and passes from the scene. He is almost certain to be succeeded by his younger brother and the UAE leader Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. So we're not going to more in details about this about war in the United Arab Emirates. So I'm going to proceed for the efficient bureaucracy. The public sector is one of the largest employers in the United Arab Emirates, and Emirates fills most positions. Some government service can be time-consuming and cumbersome. The need of the process is a millions of visitors, also the resident visa and work permits. In addition to other daily services, there is also the utilities, the phone, and also internet services. Car registration is a major challenge to the system. And about the corruption in United Arab Emirates. The Corruption Perception Index for the public sector shows around 29 points in the United Arab Emirates for 2020. The scale has ranged from 0 to 100, so in which corruption rises and higher the number is. So with this result, the United Arab Emirates is ranked around in the place of 21st compared it to other countries, so it means it is better than the average. So compared to the previous year in 2020, the level of corruption stayed without change. In the longer term, it has nevertheless declined moderately in the recent year. This data was taken from World Data Information. If we're going to compare the corruption in the United States, they are ranked around in 26th place with a score of 33. So the ranking is led by Denmark, which is a value of 12. So it means United Arab Emirates is less has corruption government compared to United States of America. About the government policies and regulation. The political system is based on the Constitution, which explains the main roles of the political and constitutional organization of the country. So the Constitution demonstrates the main purpose of establishment of the Federation and its objectives at the local and regional level. So it guarantees all UAE citizens equal rights and opportunities, including the safety and security and also the social justice. So the Constitution has 152 articles established on the basis of the United Arab Emirates and the right of citizen in the 10 areas that are the Federation, its constituents and the principal aims, the fundamental social and economic basis of the Federation, the public freedom, rights and duties, the federal authorities, federal legislation, decrees and authorities in charge, the Emirates, and also allocation of legislative, executive, and international jurisdiction between the Federation and Emirates, financial affairs of the Federation, armed forces and security forces, final and transitional provision. That is also included in the vision of 2021. So now we're going to proceed for the financial risk characteristic. The financial risk happens when a corporation of government defaults on its bonds, causing its bondholder to lose money. It also means when a company does not have sufficient cash flow to cover its debt. Sorry. Which could lead for the shareholders to lose their money. So many kind of risk ratio are used to assess the financial risk on the investment. So they are using also the debt to capital ratio. The higher its value, the more risk is involved. So the capital expenditure ratio, it's demonstrated how much the cost left for running the business after paying its debt. So in the United Arab Emirates, the financial risk is rated as moderate. So this rating was based on the fact that Dubai, which now has the more risk than other Emirates, because of the Dubai International Financial Center, which is a free trade financial zone, and this center is regulated by the Dubai Financial Authorities and are recognized entirely by the federal UAE government. So government regulation keep risk level moderate. About the transparency and corporate governance in the country. So over the past years, key regulators in the UAE has enhanced the regulatory scenes with the further law, guidelines, and decrees. So we're not going to go further for this governance. So we're going to proceed the country risk analysis. So the UAE country risk represent all kinds of risk related to investment in a foreign country. So this type of risk vary from financial, economic, political, and sovereign risk. High country risk will be discouraged foreign investment, which is completely not recommended. So investors also take into account country risk since reduce their expected returns. So they use effective hedging tools. If allowed in the country of investment, long-term indirect investment would have higher country risk and exchange market investment. So the United Arab Emirates risks are the sovereign risk, currency risk, financial risk, banking sector risk, political risk, and economic structure risk. So we're going to go in details about the country risk analysis. For sovereign risk, sovereign risk is the risk when its foreign country of investment changes its foreign exchange regulation. So this could lead to reduce the value of foreign investment contracts or even nulling them. So in the UAE, sovereign risk is rated as stable. So it was previously rated positive, but the rating was decreased because of the impact of the Dubai, Dubai world crisis. Nevertheless, the UAE as a whole is trusted to meet its debt and obligation. So thanks to its high oil reserve in the Abu Dhabi, that's why it become stable. When it comes the currency risk, so currency risk arises from changing the price of one currency against another country. So in the United Arab Emirates, currency risk is usually not compensated with a higher rate of return. In the UAE, currency risk is rated at the present as stable. For financial risk, so financial risk happens when a corporation or government defaults on its bond, so causing its bondholder to lose money. So in this uh, in this country, the financial risk is related as moderate. This rating was based on the fact that Dubai with now has more risk than other Emirates, has the Dubai International Financial Center, which is free trade financial zone. So authority are recognized entity by the federal UAE government. So the government regulation keep risk level moderate. In banking sector risk, the Dubai world debt caused by bank to be hesitant to lead until they will be fully recovered from this where the UAE bank still needs to bank uh, where the UAE banks still need to book these non-performing loans. So new regulation from the central bank led to increase leading around 35.5% in 2011. Generally, the banking sector is in UAE is rated as stable as well. Political risk, it will be stable because the its emirate is ruled by its own sheikh. So in seven emirates, they have seven sheikh, which is the owner of the land. So they have its role. So the United Arab Emirates are known for its political stability. So it is obviously to rate the political risk as stable. So economic risk. Oil sector is the dominant one in the UAE. This especially in Abu Dhabi, that accounts for 90% of the total UAE oil reserve. So high in oil prices is a very huge supporter for UAE economy. Non-oil sector such as trade, financial, and real estate. So specifically in Dubai, that account for 70% of total UAE's percentage. It's showing a start for stability. Still, the construction sector is depressed due to COVID-19 pandemic. Overall, the economic risk of the UAE is rated low to moderate. About the business outlook, the UAE economy will contract in 2020 due to the disrupted engines of growth from the COVID-19 pandemic, containment effort of the OPEC plus oil production cut, lower also the oil price, reducing also the global oil demand and disruption in the global supply chain. So overall, the GDP contracted by 0.3% in quarter 1 in year 2020. So with the HCGDP contracting by 1.9% year over year. So growth in 2020 is projected to contract by 6.3% due to the fallout from COVID-19 and lower oil production following the revitalizations of the OPEC agreement over the medium term and dependent on the speed of global recovery. So growth in the UAE is expected to reach 2.5% by 2022, supported by the government's mitigation and recovery plan, and also the higher oil process and production capacity. They will also going to improve business sentiment and boost the from the Dubai Expo 2021 hosting. So that is the business outlook of the United Arab Emirates. Now we're going to the COVID-19 pandemic recovery management in the country. The Supreme Committee for the COVID-19 crisis management, they are formed the National COVID-19 Crisis Recovery Management and Governance Committee, which is to handle for the recovery in line with the UAE government's plans and decrease the efforts to combat the COVID-19. So the committee is mandated to ensure the efficiency recovery from the COVID-19 crisis by leveraging the resources required for business continuity. So the committee also will develop proactive support programs for various establishments by identifying their roles, responsibilities, and key strategic and operational performance indicators, which is due to ensure a safe return for normalcy across society. So the role of the committee include developing a strategic plan and identifying key performance indicators for the post-COVID-19 phase at targeted sectors to gauge the performance of the entities concerned with the return of normalcy. So its responsibilities also include establishing an electronic data link for the digital indicator-based statistics, and additional to the identifying the financial and economic resources required for supporting the recovery phase, as well as any other roles of responsibility it may be entrusted with. So the UAE leads Arab nationals and comes of 37th globally in COVID-19 Economic Recovery Index ranking. So developed by the Horizon Research Group. A number of factors have contributed to attaining this top ranking. So including synergy and concerted efforts while handling the health crisis, the availability of proactive crisis management plan, the government's reliance on state-of-the-art technologies, and advanced infrastructure and institutional efficiency. And now, regarding for this analysis, so there, what can we learn from the countries we're chosen in terms of managing the family, businesses, government, economy, and the COVID-19? So for me, I have learned from my chosen country that the government of United Arab Emirates and how the government has strong governance organization through success implementation of its rules and regulation in both UAE national and expat. So they can successfully implemented for this governance policies. They successfully implemented all the regulations to combat the COVID-19 and also to survive the economy in the country. So, as demonstrated and discussed throughout this research, it is very much obvious that UAE main pillar is the oil sector. So a very good strategy was to diversify their economy with other sectors, but still these sectors are not comparable with the huge oil sector. So the independence on one effect of the economic crisis on the UAE, especially on Dubai. In addition to the one resources independence, another mistake was committed, which is the overconfidence on the strength of the resources, where extra huge projects were undertaken without considering any tiny possibility or recession risk. So where the projects should be been planned in a slower phase with longer term financial instead of the short term financing. So in order to avoid similar depression or at least to decrease its impact, diversification in other sectors and improving them in a significant way is highly recommended. So moreover, regardless of how much powerful a sector is, threats should be always be taken into consideration, regardless of how much strength and confidence the market is. So that is all about my paper analysis for my chosen country, which is United Arab Emirates. So you can go through to the which I provided paper analysis report, which is uploaded in BLE about the full details in my chosen country. So that's all. Thank you so much and have a good day to all of us. Thank you and bye bye.